710 ESPN Seattle presents Bob and Groz's One More Thing.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
Maybe the craziest world leader of them all. Coming up. Rockstar, I found your new. We don't normally delve into politics too much, and certainly not international politics, but
we don't know anything about it.
That's a big part of the reason. But today I thought we had to when I saw something about one of my favorite politicians, normally referred to as Italy's billionaire playboy prime minister Silvio Berlusconi.
Already sounds like a good life.
In his 70s, this is the guy who has put. He's gone to a new level. He's put prostitutes in his cabinet. He's had these wild parties in his 70s with gals in their 20s at his house, at his villas. He has plundered the Italian economy. He owns almost all the media, almost all the newspapers, almost all the television, almost all this stuff. Has for years. He's kind of gotten the Italian. I mean, I don't know if it's a Rome thing or something like that, but they kind of give him a little our Silvio,
That's our guy, that wacky, crazy guy.
Right, one of those things. They kind of given him a flyer on the whole thing.
That's just Silvio being Silvio.
Exactly right. Well, then a couple of things have happened. I think it's every 6 months now. Mm-hmm. It's either a scandal with some woman, or he's ripping this off, or he's 70. Stealing that. He is
scandals
tireless.
With young women at 70.
He is tireless, I assure you, and unbelievably so.
Already, I'm waiting for the problem. I like him.
Then all of a sudden, the whole Euro thing happens,
yeah.
And all of a sudden, you actually need a leader who knows what he's doing, sort of. And this is not really this guy's strong suit to know what he's doing.
Knowing what he's doing is not his.
It's not how he got to where he got to. Where he was. He got to how he was by putting prostitutes all over the place, by having young women all over the place, and flirting with them and doing all that stuff.
And he's been in power for a long time, right?
Yeah, 20 years, something like that, as prime minister. He's been on the political scene forever and ever and ever there.
And he's the equivalent to the president of the United States.
Absolutely, he is running the country. He's the guy in charge. So. One of his many, in fact, let me get this one right exactly. They got an intercepted conversation with him and a former news editor of a paper who I think it's Berlusconi is accused of stealing 500 million euros from.
Okay.
Anyhow, they got this conversation in for this lawsuit. And it turns out in the lawsuit, one of the things that he says is, I can't wait. In a year, I'm going to take my money, I'm going to get out of this bleepy little country. And this place is the... And on and on and on along those lines.
Why would he? It sounds like it's just a playground for him. Why would he call his country?
This is a bleepy, crappy, right? With an S. I think that becomes the big question, man. I mean, it's like
he's got run of the whole country.
Correct.
He's got women at his disposal,
including a wife who stays around for some reason. He apologizes to occasionally, though. I mean, he occasionally. Only occasionally.
Every once in a while, I'll toss her an apology. Sorry about the hooker, son. Sorry about the 20-year-old.
There was actually one story in 07 where he said to a gal very publicly, if I weren't already married, I'd marry you today. And his wife took out a full-page ad in a paper in Rome to say, hey! You got to apologize. I mean, this is what life has been like there. So,
and on some level, it's tolerated because he's been in power, as you said, for a long time. But why would you possibly want to leave all of that?
It was much more about what you said. It was much more about letting Silvio be Silvio. Well, he's now at the point he's got to go. I mean, he can't run the country anymore. There's actual issues with the euro. He's getting drummed out of office.
Okay.
I mean, it's happening now. And so his response to it is, I can't wait to get out of this bleepy little country. He's made $1 billion on the whole thing.
Wait, it's been your playground for decades now. You've had women, money, everything at your disposal.
All I'm going to say is you only have to go back, know your World War II a little bit, and go back to the time of Mussolini to find out what the Italian citizens do to the leaders they don't like.
Doesn't turn out well.
No, hang them by their feet.
They still do that?
They might for this guy.
Nobody wins that way.
No, they don't. Have a great Labor Day, everyone.